It's not my thing, and I think that's why. I also
You can't pretend.
I'm pretty gay.
Well, you want
and I prefer the dick to be smaller. I think so I can identify with the protagonist.
It makes sense.
I mean, that's why there's POV porn.
They're the liberal rednecks. They like cornbread and butt sex. They care way too much but don't give a fuck. They're the liberal rednecks that makes some people upset, but they got 3 big old dicks that you can suck.
Well, here we are, everybody. How you doing? Look at this. Got a nice surprise today. Our esteemed guest, the co-host of Pen Pals Rory Scovel and Dumb People Town with the Sklar Brothers, an LA comedy staple. Very funny man and all-around good guy. Daniel Van Kirk, DVK.
Thank you, boys.
What's up, buddy?
Appreciate being here.
Good to see you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've all been on Dumb People Town a number of times.
Yes, you have.
It's fun. Saw you over there. I just saw you in D.C.
How great was that bar?
That was a great time. Yeah, well, the Dewdrop Inn.
Dewdrop Inn.
It reminded me of him only because I call him Drew Drop sometimes. You know, his name's
That
Drew.
works.
Yeah, it was, like the Dewdrop Inn, but you get it. Hey,
Yeah.
Dewdrop. I don't have
It
to.
was-
I do get it, and I do appreciate it, but at first I thought you meant because it was a cool bar, so I got a little bit
also
of
a
not
cool
your
bar.
fault disappointment.
It's a
like you
building-
did nothing wrong, but I was like, oh man.
I bet it's a building from the late 1800s.
Yeah.
That used to be the like sleeping quarters for people on the trains because the track went rather.
Yep.
And they converted it into a bar. Only the upstairs. I don't know what's going on downstairs, but I said when we got there, it's the only place I've ever gone upstairs and felt like I was going into a basement.
There's one other place like that. I know exactly the type of vibe. Raleigh, on campus there, which is where NC State is.
I know where you're talking
I
about.
took you there.
Yeah, it's right down
walk
the
up to a dive bar.
Yep.
So strange.
Really?
God damn it, I don't remember the name
It's
of that
like
place
Chuck's
at
or
all.
Bill's or something.
But I know exactly where you're talking about. It's like on campus, right down from where they used to have us staying down on the road.
I love doing shows in Raleigh.
Yeah, me too. So you got a special coming out, right? Or is it out now? Or
It would probably out April 17th. When's this dropping?
No, this will be out tomorrow. Yeah,
This will be out in like 8
I'm gonna
hours.
make you reread our text. I'm like, can I come on and we'll drop it around there? Like, yes.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
worries,
I thought you said maybe I either read it as March 17th or
Either way.
Either way.
Hey,
I'm sorry,
this
my
is.
bad.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with telling people ahead of time. I got to do some of that.
Okay, well, if I will make sure.
I'd rather do this and have it be ahead of time than have it not worked out at all.
Okay, yeah.
So April 17th, I'm just putting it out on YouTube. It's called Rose Gold. I shot it in Chicago. It's 2 hours.
Where'd you shoot it?
2 hours.
Wait, yeah, what?
I'm sorry. 2 shows is my hour. We did 2 shows.
Okay.
Shot it in Chicago. Lincoln Lodge.
Yep, perfect.
I know. Lincoln Lodge, I don't know what your guys' summer plans are, but Lincoln Lodge, I said to them, hey, I just want to do a residency for like a week as I build my new hour and do everything to try and, give people new jokes. And I think we're turning it into like a mini Chicago summer comedy festival.
Oh,
That's amazing.
That is just like me doing it.
Yeah.
So like, if any of y'all were like, hey,
when is it?
I'm going to be in let's say you're like, I'm going to be in Madison Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll come on Wednesday and do a headlining show. I'd be like, you got it. Take the door. I don't care. I'm here just running stuff anyway. I think it's going to be like July 16th. If that's that Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm going to do probably 1 to 2 shows a night, different shows, have people guest on shows. Some people, there might be a crew that does a live podcast. I was like, yeah, we'll do a stand-up show and then do a live show. They're being so great to me, and I wanted an excuse to be in. Chicago is like the city that made me, and after the town made me, of Rochelle.
Rochelle, yeah. How
And
far is that? That's a suburb of Chicago? Like how far?
Oh God, not even.
Oh, really?
It's like you can go as far as the commuter train.
Yeah.
And then it's another 45 minutes.
Okay.
So it is. I always say it's honestly, if you're not hitting bad traffic, it's an hour and 20 minutes and about 85 years.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I know all 3 of you know exactly what that means.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
85 sounds nice.
Before I ever even met you,
Sounds progressive.
Maybe a little bit.
before I ever even met you, I heard you on a few podcasts talking about where you're from and your upbringing and stuff like that, and it made me, a lot of it sounded similar to
My gosh, dude.
where I'm from. And I've thought before, like the Midwest, I don't know how much other people even think about it, but I think that like the Midwest and the South have a lot more in common than people realize, especially the rural parts, the parts outside of the cities for sure. But like you guys don't, have the whole raccoon fucker accent that we have. So like,
Right,
I feel like you get away with more.
We
than
get to
do. I feel
decide if
like,
we want to be an ally or not.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
'cause nobody knows.
but
You don't have to prove anything.
No, but we do then get assuming people are like, why did you do that dumb shit?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we didn't realize you're just the same as our crazy cousins down in Louisiana. Like, yeah, we're just up here bored farmers.
But one thing I've talked with him about before, and I think I've heard you like up there. I feel like it's more common to like get drunk or party with like your family or your
Dude,
mama or aunts.
I don't know
or
if you're
whatever,
teeing me
'cause,
up
like,
because I don't care. I talk about this in the hour.
Go ahead.
Oh, I think did I talk about it when I did the guest set? Do you guys know what this is in the hour? It's a real question. You guys have any bits like that where you're like, no, I kind of just want to talk about this for a while?
Absolutely.
Obviously,
yeah.
we have things where like we have stuff where we're like, you know what I think is ridiculous, and then like I have a bit where I say I just wish we would go back to being a country that doesn't wear clothes that starts arguments. Like if you saw somebody wearing a Bob Dole shirt in 1994, you'd be like, the fuck's wrong with this guy? Like if it wasn't within a week of the election, Anyway, the thing that I just want to like talk to people about, because I don't think people know, is do you know what the legal drinking age is in the state of Wisconsin?
I think it's 19.
Okay. Anybody other guesses?
Does it have something to do with if you're in the place with your parents or something?
Yeah,
like that?
it is all in the album, so you guys don't have to listen to this part. 0. There isn't
Right.
one. There's no.
If you're with your mom and dad.
Here's the law. It is up to the discretion of the bartender to provide alcohol to a person of any age when accompanied by a legal guardian.
Right.
Which does not mean parent.
As it should be.
Which is so like you could take your kids and their friends
Yeah.
to a little mom and pop lakeside resort
Yeah.
in Wisconsin that's got a little bar that's been there since 1946 or whatever.
This was the first place you got drunk, you're describing.
It is. It's the first place I had a beer. It was a Busch Light. And my uncle was like, are you going to drink it? Like, I was getting peer pressured by my uncle.
How old were you?
12, 13.
Right. Yeah. Because
I mean, where are we going? We're on the lake.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is
I don't
at
think-
the resort by where my family's place is, people rent the cabins from Saturday to Saturday.
Yeah.
So by Wednesday or Thursday, these bartenders know that they don't care about these parents don't care about their 15-year-old
So you
drinking.
do it alone.
So they'll just walk up to the bar and go, can I get a bucket of High Life? And they'll go, yeah, and they'll just pay them. And then we had times, obviously now we're all of an age where anyone under like 25 looks like a child.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
But when you are 22, 23 years old, I remember I was at the bar up in Wisconsin by my family's little cottage, and we were probably 22, 23 years old. My buddy's talking to this girl, and he's like, says something, whatever, it's a casual conversation. He's like, how old are you? And she goes, 14. Because he was drunk. He's like, what the fuck? We got to get the fuck out of here. Because he was like,
she's having
you
beer.
seem young. Like, as he was talking, I was like, because at first he's like, well, she's drinking.
Yeah.
He's like, but you're young. So he hadn't there was no hand on leg or anything, but he was like, how old are you?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, guys, you got to, because you can go 19, 20 years old. You're like, what the fuck is this person in the bar? It's wild.
But I don't know
So
if you know
drinking
this.
with family is
I don't know if you do this,
integrated.
but as long as she got her mother's permission, the age of consent's also 0.
Oh my
we
God,
would
that's
do that.
true of some states.
I'm about to say we would do that. That would be a thing. Yeah, you could sign your kid over for to married.
Yeah, and then
old
people
man.
make false equivalencies. Well, hey, if we start changing that, where's it gonna
It's a
end?
slippery slope.
Slippery
Yeah.
slope has been the dam to so many like mental improvements of people across this country.
Oh, yeah.
Just the words slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. And I don't ski. So, but the drinking with family thing,
Big time.
I've thought about before. I've heard you talk about it and everything. Like, I feel like in the South, I didn't even come from a churchy family, but I feel like that's part of the whole like. And I know people go to church and shit up there too, but it's you don't like drink in front of
Here's why.
grandma
This is what
and stuff.
exactly.
So like people don't get drunk at like family
Don't you think
gatherings.
in the South that things are more about appearances than they
Yes.
are in the
Yes.
Midwest?
I guess
so.
that's what it
Everything is happening. Everything's midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, right?
But you guys have a politeness.
But you just don't do like in the South. They're like, yeah, but you don't do that.
That's
right.
exactly right.
So why does y'all's politeness, where everything is so bottled up, not relate? Like, why is drinking okay to do in front of people, but never cry in front of people? Because we cry in front of people.
Well,
be
my family
cries
is
in front of
family is a big.
I don't cry.
We call it crying jags. We'll have crying jags. My family will start getting each other worked up about crying, like on purpose. Like it isn't we're like, hey man, we, you know, like, oh shit, I didn't think we'd talk about this. I remember one time we were at the cabin, and one of the sibling cousins in my family, the whole family's there. It's like aunts, uncles, everybody. Somebody put on the song by Gilbert O'Sullivan, "Alone Again Naturally." Do you guys know that song?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! In a little
Alone
while,
again,
yeah,
naturally.
In a little while from now, if he's not feeling any less sour, he promised himself to throw himself off a nearby tower.
Yep.
And then there's another part where she's like, the woman whose husband had died, she could never understand why the only man she had ever loved had been taken. Alone again, naturally. So my grandpa died in he died in 1987, and my family's never gotten over it. So flash forward 25 years, something like that. We're at the cabin. Somebody puts on a CD, sounds of the 70s or whatever. Gilbert O'Sullivan's "Alone Again" naturally plays. Everybody starts crying. By everybody, I mean all the adults, right? And the older generations of Iman, of like the grandkids, kind of know, like, yeah, they're really missing Grandpa, right? Decades later. And I looked over at like one of my cousins and I go, way to go, right? And then one of my uncles goes, play it again.
Yeah.
And everybody just starts crying again.
Right.
When we as a family watch old Christmas movies around Christmas time of when people in our family were still there, just to kind of remember. And of course everybody cries. So that it doesn't apply to us.
Okay.
But I do
No,
know.
that's really
healthy,
sweet.
though.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
I know, but sometimes it's just a little.
Yeah, it's all.
Can we
it's
just go back? Just
Torture
deal the
porn.
cards. Just
Yeah.
deal the cards. Can we go back?
Can we just pretend we
go
don't
back to
feel
euchre?
anything?
One time, the three of us were on the road together, and I think we were driving to Oxford, Mississippi, or Bentonville, Arkansas. One or the other. Between the two, it's like a 7-hour drive.
And
And
not
it
a
was
lot of
raining.
interstate, weirdly.
Yeah,
That's why I
it
think it
was-
was to Oxford.
Out.
That's what it's
driving
like.
to-
Texas to Arkansas. It's so much highway.
Right, and it was like a rainy day and all this stuff. We're like hungover and shit. And this, do you know the song "In Color" by Jamie Johnson? It's a country song.
If it looks like we were scared,
Yeah, boy. There you go.
like
Yes.
a couple of kids just trying to save each other.
Yeah.
You should have seen it in color.
Absolutely. So that came on, like we were like flipping through radio stations or something. That came
Dude, that
on
song
and
hits
so hard. Hits so hard.
So hard.
The third verse, we all independently of each other started crying during the third verse, but trying to hide it from the other two, and then realized that we all were crying simultaneously and trying to hide it from each other because of that song. So yeah,
Well, he also doesn't feel like he has a put on dialect.
No.
Like that song almost feels like a guy at the bar you would hear singing to himself.
Yeah.
That. If it
Right.
looks like we were scared to death. Like it's so effortless.
Yeah.
That
And
song.
I think it's, well, honestly, I probably would compare it to Trae, where it's like, that is his accent, and it's probably not, but it is his singing accent. Does that make
sure.
sense? Like the person who taught him to sing
He's the real goddamn
sounded
deal.
just like that.
Forgive me for not knowing. Do all the three of you sing?
Corey can sing.
Okay, Corey,
A
you
little
sing.
bit.
Did you choose I imagine you do country when you sing.
Yeah.
Did you choose your register for it? Because I think about this all the time.
You know, man, I was actually just thinking about
wanna see him
this
singing
not that long
shirtless?
ago, how when I
Yes.
started singing, I would always try to impersonate the person,
Yeah.
whatever song I was
Same
singing.
here. I
think
if
that's
I was
what most
doing Sammy
people do.
Kershaw,
Right.
I would sing like Sammy. So I don't even know what my natural singing voice is, really.
Same here. Because
Yeah.
we had Amy Mann, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay. Oscar nominated.
Wise up.
Dude.
Yeah.
What's oh my God, her big hit from the 80s?
Voices
Carry.
Voices
God,
Carry,
thank
yeah.
you. I was singing it in my head.
Had her on what?
It's on Pen Pals because
Oh, wow.
I don't through comedy. Amy and I have become friends.
Wow.
And I am constantly feeling like this is gonna burst.
Yeah.
Like not in a negative way, but she'll just be like, "Oh, you're not. I'm super cool. You're not cool. I thought we
right.
were both cool."
yeah.
So like I've got to
I got friends like that.
I've got to do shows with her and stuff. I'm bringing this back. So we had her on, and Rory and I were joking about being able to sing, and then I started doing my Tom Waits impression, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, "This is actually really good singing," and I thought to myself, "Okay,
Just do that.
I can sing,
Right.
But I
Like
I
other
almost
people.
exactly,
Yeah.
Mary, I'm pregnant. Living on
I think I was doing somewhere. There's a place for us.
That is pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Somewhere, right? But I was whatever. No,
do it again.
I was actually going to ask you how many like if you are a gifted impressionist outside of like because you're known in the community for doing a killer Mark Wahlberg,
right?
Mark
but I don't know how. Like James.
And I didn't know if you had a whole.
I don't know
roster of those, or if so you just fell.
I'm
into
a
that
mimic.
One day you're just like, I can do that guy, and then
I'm a mimic.
Yeah.
So like people in my life, I can find a way to do an impression of, whether that is a mannerism combined with like something they say a lot, right? But like a true impressionist like James Adomian has the ability to go, how does that work? Like, what are they doing? They almost like break it down like a math equation. They figure out X for Y, and then they can do it. And I don't have that ability.
Yeah.
It somehow gets into my head, and if I can hang on to it long enough or find a key phrase that'll always get me back into it,
I can
do it.
I've heard like Kevin Pollak say that, and I think Dana Carvey too, that they have like key words. They'll be trying to figure somebody out, and they find a word that kind of unlocks the whole thing for them.
Because that's a trick for dialect.
I was going to say, I can do that with accents sometimes.
If you find your word, like for me, for Irish, it's shoot. Shoot the words right out to your mouth, and then you could talk like this. But it's shoot. You got to like shoot the words right out to your mouth.
Right.
And then I'm in. And like for Wahlberg, for a long time, it was, how you guys doing? You doing good?
Yeah.
You had to say that phrase to be able to
if I say that, and then I'm in. I mean, I'm at the place now where I can just start talking like it at any point.
Yeah.
But if I haven't done it in a long time, and I just go, how you guys doing? You doing good? It really doesn't matter what you say because I'm doing good. Like, and then you just, and then it's all like inflated confidence and all that other stuff. But, so I think that's the true exact same thing as singing. The reason I asked you is because I think about it. I've always wanted to sing in a country band, country music, always, my whole life. And I'm always
We've got one.
Do I go, I'm in. Do I go, I'll do backup vocals. Yeah. Do I go high or do you go real low?
You got to find, you clearly do better with low if you're crushing that Tom Waits. I haven't heard you high. Maybe that'd be great too.
Right, but you do that Michael Wall trip.
Right.
Like, Napa 55 cars, real coming tight in the word. He always does that.
But there's some real popular low ones
all the time
that you could impersonate. You could throw a couple on, like, baby, turn them lights.
Right. Well, yeah, it was the other, because that's the one that, what's that guy's?
Josh Turner.
Josh Turner. The reason I'm alone, I know about
Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, boy. God, my pussy's wet.
But I like it. I like the higher.
Do Twitty. Do Conway Twitty.
Oh, come on. Give me something.
Hello, darling.
It's nice to see you.
Oh,
in a long time, you're just as lovely.
What's the goddamn?
Hello, but that's more spoken.
See that lady wearing the
hello, darling.
jeans?
You know what I'm saying?
That one.
It's been.
But okay, this is Diamond Rio. Diamond Rio. You start walking your way, and I'll start walking mine.
Yeah.
And we'll meet in the middle. But ain't that old Georgia pine?
I think you just can sing. Maybe you have to imagine somebody. So you get a pick. Do you want to be high country or low country?
I know.
You want high lonesome sound? Or
I'm a hard-working man. Okay. You go like Brooks, B&D.
Now Brooks,
I wear a steel hard hat.
Brooks is a.
I can ride rope.
I forget those words, but that's right in the middle. That you're revealing.
Well, they can switch,
of course. But what I'm saying is
that's where I found.
You're revealing a little bit more. Don't take this the wrong way. Of your amateurness. I think you got to.
Of course.
Do the lower high. Stick lower high. Cause you still sounded good, but it was like, when you were doing low and high, it was like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Boy, you're saying because that's middle?
What are they called? It's not baritone. It's not. I forget all those words.
Baritone, soprano, tenor.
I think that they're a natural tenor. You need to copy a high tenor or a natural or a baritone.
Do you know? And this is like, good call, dude. Do you want to make money as a cover band? Do you know whose register is almost always exactly where I feel like I naturally would sing? Is Garth.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hit it.
This old highway is getting longer. Seems to be no end in sight. To sleep would be best, but I just can't afford the rest. I got a ride in Denver tomorrow night. And that's my favorite country song of all time. But I feel like that's always like right in there.
Yeah. That was great. You're hired.
Yeah.
Our band's called.
I was about to say Drew's
Our band's
acting
called
like
Gypsy Speedboat.
He was like a manager or something, like
Let's
a country
get.
music.
I want it all.
Like he was going to sign you.
You guys have to. I'm sorry for how many episodes you've probably already spent on this, but you've talked about Parked Out by the Lake, right? The greatest country song of all time.
Oh, I don't even know if I know what that is.
By who?
Oh,
Trey's furious. I think you meant that kind of ironically.
no,
Like, bullshit.
No, I thought I thought you guys would look at me like, yeah, you dumb fuck.
Corey, do you know
Dean
it?
Summerwind?
Yes. Have you listened to it?
How old?
Man,
I
from
think he's
when?
looking it up.
Maybe.
If we is it that's
From
illegal to
when?
play. We got to put that on the
yeah,
Patreon.
I think he's looking it up. I don't think we know this
From
song.
what year?
It came out, I think it came out 2017, 2018.
Okay, that would explain
we're
it.
out.
That would explain it for me.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I don't know
it became a phenom in the South, especially around Nashville.
Okay.
And
Oh, wait a
Sheryl
minute.
Crow had
We also don't like that.
Sheryl Crow
on.
had a morning show play at every. This guy's a
getting worse.
singer-songwriter. He made this song as like a goof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People lost their minds.
Yes.
It's like meant to be kind of parody of Lake Country, but then everyone loved it. Is that what you meant by goof?
you are close, and you don't even know how far away you are.
But is that what you meant by goof?
He was like
Or just like on a whim?
on a whim, but also like, can you
what?
imagine if people liked this?
You know
and
what?
It,
Right.
You know how I just said, oh, right. You know what I was thinking of when fucking Nate was on SNL
Applebee's.
and they did that Lake Party song or whatever? Do you know
Oh,
the-
yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? I thought that's what you were talking about for a second. Now I'm back to not having a clue. So this was like a viral country song from 2017 or 2018?
Called Parked Out by the Lake by
I
Dean
don't know.
Summerwind.
I've been checked out
Is
on...
that his real name, or did he also make
He
a new
made
name?
that up. I think he's
Dean
a pretty good
Summerwind.
songwriter.
I think here's what's happening here is, as comedians, I think we're going to love this. But what you are maybe missing
Even
a little
Amy
is
Ma-
we
Amy Mann loved
genuinely love country music, and
Amy
it
Mann
sounds
loves it?
kind of
He does
like
too.
he's shitting on it. Is he?
the answer, it's just like when I said you were close yet
Blowing
far.
in the summer wind.
Good band, CKY. It would be both
Y'all want me
things.
to listen to
Sure,
it
I
off
get it.
mic and report back?
I mean, he'd probably give us permits to play. You should listen to it off mic, and you'll come back and
Yeah,
you'll go.
do that.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Corey.
I'll be right back. I have to give them, because I speak for them when it comes to
Okay.
country music.
All right, and also since
So
he
I-
can't be involved in this other thing I wanted to do,
Okay, let's do
so
it. Sorry.
while he's gone,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
good idea.
I want you guys
steer.
to try. These aren't bad. I'm not tricking you into trying something hot or awful. I want to know if you can
They made
pick
out of
out
crickets?
what flavor this is. No, these
Okay,
are
I won't look at
these
the
are
packaging
Lay's
at all.
from another country, and they're not gross.
Oh, they're from another
No,
country.
you've eaten a lot of them.
Yeah, I ate the whole bag. I tried them on based on the picture.
Oh.
What is that?
Can I say?
Yeah. I want you guys to guess. You can go first.
That's easy.
Let Trae eat on it before you guess. Do you know Trae? Don't say anything. We're gonna
I
let
know
our
exactly
guests
what
go
that
first.
is.
All right, go ahead. What is it?
If you made me guess, that's a pulled pork sandwich.
All right, what do you think, Trae?
Yeah, now that
There's
he's
only one
said
other
that,
option.
Ribs.
Sloppy Joe would be my other option.
You said ribs,
Ribs.
Yeah.
barbecue pork spare ribs,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Korean barbecue, which
Yep.
is what's that?
Yeah.
That's the extra like.
That's
what's
good.
right?
Yeah.
That's
Good,
real
right?
good. That makes you feel like you're eating protein.
Yeah. It tricks you.
Did you get that from a Korean grocery store or something?
There's a grocery store in Hollywood that just has a bunch of Korean chips, and my other
Nice.
podcast was right down the road, so I just popped in there. The bag got me. I saw that.
I love how brave you are. I would have never done that.
Well, if
I
it was
would.
bad, I just threw it
I
away.
love that
It was a
shit.
$3 risk.
Every time I
point.
just said, would you go to a Korean grocery store? That made me instantly. I have like a flashbulb memory of one of the most insufferable things I've ever heard a hipster type person say. Was this is when I still lived in Tennessee? She worked it with me in my old day job, but she was from New Mexico and she was real into like, New Mexico-y type shit.
Meth?
Not meth, but crystals though. I don't know, like fucking
Sunsets?
turquoise and fucking stuff like that. Yeah, and.
Pretend to be Native American.
I think she was at least part Native American, to
Fair
be
enough.
fair. But so yeah, they're allowed to be into that. But new age type shit too.
Yeah.
But she was also just
Insufferable.
just so insufferable. And one time I was talking to somebody else, and this is like 2010 or 11. This is how long ago this was.
Yeah.
And I had said that my wife had started drinking coconut milk, right? Mm-hmm. I said it to another person, and I was like, yeah, I don't know about it. It sounds weird to me or whatever. And then and she didn't say anything then. And then I was talking about something else later, and she like had to cut. I think it was oil pulling, which I don't know if you remember what that was, but it was something with like coconut oil. It's like
I'm also married to a woman.
Right, you treat my wife for a while tried to treat her teeth with like coconut, or you put coconut oil in your mouth and switch it around. I don't fucking remember.
I think there was some proof behind it, but you had to do it like every day for like
30 minutes.
Yeah, so
But my wife couldn't handle it because she couldn't talk for 30 minutes, and that's like putting her in a coma. Like she fucking,
here.
absolute torture. So she could. But anyway, I was talking about that. And this girl I'm talking about, she couldn't take it anymore, and she was like, I don't remember what was pissing her off. I was describing it incorrectly, and she had to stop me and be like, no, this is what you really do. And she like goes into this whole tirade, and then at the end of it, out of nowhere, just as like a PS, a tag at the end of it, she goes, and I've been drinking coconut milk since you had to buy it in Korean grocery stores, and like swiveled back around, and I was like,
mic drop.
Yeah, exactly. And I was
ass.
like, what the fuck just happened? So anyway,
you got owned, dog.
Yeah, 13 years ago. Corey, did you listen to that song?
While you were gone, what we were talking about, Korean grocery store. Can you see these? These are.
Oh, he can't hear.
You can see.
Oh, he doesn't have.
If y'all can hear me, that's great. But I lost audio and can't hear y'all.
We can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
We're giving you the thumbs up. If we could try to figure out how to get him back, that'd be great.
So, are you saying you're not? You're not
summer win.
Adventurous in culinary terms?
I would try anything that somebody else is like, oh, you should try this. Like that. No fear. You were like, I'm going to try it.
Did I need to say it's not gross? Or did I need to like let you know? I wasn't trying to trick you. I just wanted to know if it, you know what I mean?
But I think like eyeball and stuff, I just always stick. I just would be like, I'm probably not going to like those.
I assumed I wasn't going to like them.
But you took the gamble and your life improved.
I had to know.
What do you think that is?
Your fear versus me doing it?
No. Their ability to do that. Just pure chemical, right?
And, well, Carmen Morales nailed it when I made her try it. She didn't want to, by the way, because she just doesn't eat chips or anything processed anymore.
You have multiple bags of these chips, or you've had that bag for a week?
I've had that bag for 3 hours. That's where I was this morning.
Oh, you were with Carmen this morning.
Yeah.
Carmen was here last week on this show.
Gotcha.
I thought he was... Anyway.
By the way, they had a roast fish flavor, and I did not even want to try that. But anyway, she nailed it. And it's why it was fucking with my brain. It was kind of fucking with my brain the way those jelly beans used to fuck with your brain, where it would be like, this does taste like popcorn, but I hate it, and I can't figure out why. She said, this is all aromatic. She said that your nose is telling you it smells like pork spare ribs, but it's not. That's part of why it's like trippy almost.
Yeah.
And so your question was, how do they do it? They somehow did it through the scent.
It has to be all,
but it's all chemical.
Like, I imagine little droplets.
And all these words that are
like
in Korean that we can't read, I would say that they're, that's how.
Right.
DuPont. They bought that
based on our like regulations. That probably is lacking some of the stuff that we have that's worse for you.
I was absolutely thinking that too. When I bought them, Carmen made some point about how like you also don't know what's in that, and I thought, I bet it's actually better because we have a lot looser.
Is it beef jerky?
What, can you hear
Lay's
us now?
potato chips.
I can now, yeah.
It's Lay's potato chips from Korea, and it's pork spare rib flavored.
Hell yeah, dude. I follow a bunch of like snack Instagram accounts, and like the fucking dude. Hold on, let me phrase this way better.
Okay.
The Asians are doing some wild shit with chips, and I'm for it.
They are doing wild shit with Indian everything.
Yeah, but I'm not for all that. I'm for what they're doing with the chips.
It's true. I told him what.
Don't be blurring out pussies.
That is weird. They blur out the penis.
Yeah. That's why tentacle porn became a thing.
I mean,
they were allowed to show it.
That old Ron White bit is one of that blew my mind. That was that album. That Blue Collar Comedy Tour was so influential on me. But his whole story and all that stuff but it's the second one, right?
Where he does the tentacle one,
yes.
Yeah,
but he does the thing. But he does the thing where he asks his cousin. He's like, you're all a little bit gay. And they're like, hell, I ain't.
Oh, the big dick one?
Yeah, and
that's the first one.
I like a big, huge, hard throbbing cock.
And it just makes that's when comedy is. So when you make people go, fuck,
yeah,
you're right about me. And I've never thought about this.
He said, and I think he was doing this for a bit, but he said on something once that was actually Larry.
That's perfect.
Like the person he's talking to in that was like, I ain't gay at all, was Larry.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Because there's entire swaths of men and women, but I'll speak from probably our traditional perspective, who don't watch lesbian porn because there's no dick in there.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
There's no one to represent what I would do.
Right.
And so
Also, why you don't like the black ones, am I right? Sorry.
Hey, it's not my thing, and I think that's why. I also don't like.
You can't pretend.
I'm pretty gay.
Well, you want
and I prefer the dick to be smaller. I think so I can identify with the protagonist.
It makes sense.
I mean, that's why there's POV porn. You're supposed to put yourself in
that position.
And I get that some men want to wish that they had a big cock, but for me, it's like, well, I just don't believe this.
And they do the thing now. I haven't done it. I don't know if any of y'all have done it, but they got like VR headsets and apparatus side.
Oh yeah, haptics
and haptics and all this stuff that go with.
What's that word mean?
It makes suck you off, sort of.
Oh, so it's like you gotta.
Haptics are like your phone when it vibrates.
Pussy?
That's a haptic feeling, or when your Apple Watch vibrates.
So you got like a pocket pussy situation going on.
You can totally have you getting stroked out by a machine
that you can mount to the wall.
You're saying that's an option, but what were you talking about?
That's
the only one, right?
Well, nah.
I imagine there's other.
Buddy, I bet they got all. I'm not up on the latest trends or technologies, but I'm assuming they've got all kinds of various
vibrational.
I've never done virtual porn.
Me either.
But to the extent that you watch people
VR
who stand in the living room on Christmas Day and then think they're on a bridge, it must be
jump
the
through
same.
The TV.
That capacity must be the same for people like where you're like, but
see, I think that I feel like with the people that think they're really on a bridge, it's like, this don't feel like I'm on a bridge, but I see I'm on a bridge, and that's fucking me up. So if you see somebody blowing you, you're gonna be like, this don't feel nothing like I'm getting blown.
Looks like I'm busting a nut.
But if you're,
and that's fucking me up.
Even if you're,
now I'm mad or
even
something.
if you're stroking yourself, if mentally, because the thing is, we, God, how do I put this? I saw a thing where a guy was blind, and so they created a thing hooked up to his brain, because you don't need eyes to see.
Right.
You just need something that sends those signals to your brain to process. Sort of like what you were saying with the smell stuff too, right? Yeah. That it's if it tells you what it is. Do you guys remember the HBO series miniseries Generation Kill?
Oh yeah.
And so the person,
it's the guy from The Wire, right?
Mm-hmm. Did that. Yes. Yeah. And Skarsgård's in it too.
Yep.
But they're talking about, I think at one point a guy says, I had a dream I had sex with Cindy Crawford. And then the guy goes, well, then you did. And he goes, no, I didn't. It's just a dream. And he's like, hey, if your mind remembers it, your mind can't distinguish memories from real or fake. It either happened in your mind or it didn't. And so eventually everything, if you remember it, lives in the same place as whether or not it was real or not real, because it's just a memory you have. If your mind thinks it's real, it might as well have happened.
Have you ever had the thought, I don't know if this is going to make sense, it's like on the other end of what you're talking about. Let's say you're out drinking, you get a little too drunk or something. Have you ever had the thought where you're like, because I'm consciously thinking this right now, this means I will remember this tomorrow? Because if I wasn't going to remember this tomorrow, then I wouldn't be present right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just not. That's not how it works. It works.
I've tried to do that with bits and it won't work.
But
that is so true.
I don't want to write it down. I'm comfortable.
But that's a thought, not a memory.
But it doesn't. I don't think it doesn't actually work like that. You know what I mean? It's like there's probably been a million times where I've had that thought, but then it did disappear into the ether, and
that's
I don't
a totally different person. Blackout's a different person.
You ever done this one sober though? Of like, this is happening to me lately because I'm almost 40. I'll be like, I don't remember the event, but I remember being 30 and being like, I wonder what it'll be like to be 40. And I'm going to try to make myself remember what I feel like now so I can look back on that. Does that make sense? Like, holy shit, one day I'm going to be 50.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, right.
One day I was 30. What was that like? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I mostly think about that whenever I listen to Strawberry Wine.
Sure.
And then,
that's another.
I still remember when 30 was old.
And also age is a big part of that song.
Big time.
But
Don't Take the Girl would make me cry too.
Bro.
Yeah, boy.
Take the watch.
Yeah.
Just take the watch that my granddad gave me.
That's the type of shit, and like you're not having kids or anything, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's the type of thing for me at least that like post having kids, that type of shit, like overtly sentimental things or like bordering on saccharine or whatever that used to. I always liked that song, but it wouldn't like affect me in that way. But ever since and my kids are 11 and 12, so it's been a long time now. Ever since I had kids, it's like That shit just.
And he don't mind if you take Katie either.
Wrecks me, dude. yeah. She don't stuff about the wife, the woman, or whatever is still, but it's when the kids come into it's when I get all torn up.
You warned me about that, dude, and I've had a real hard time. I don't want to give any spoilers away. It's a brand new show, but we've been watching Shogun.
Yeah.
And there's a scene very early on, and it has nothing to do with the main plot.
Episode 1.
I read the book.
Yeah, and buddy,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Episode 1, dude.
Me and Andy,
book
that's like 20 minutes into the show.
It's like chapter 1.
And you're like, these fuckers go hard.
And me and Andy
they go hard.
Absolutely,
me and Andy were falling apart.
Me too,
she got up and went and looked at our son.
I know.
She's like, I'm just gonna go look at him real quick. And then also, I don't want to bring up anything real bad, but like fucking I'm so tired of, and what a privileged statement to make, just seeing pictures of starving kids in Gaza right now. It's like I'm scrolling them up, and I don't want to look away. I want to be a person who realizes that the world is full of harrowing things, and my country's at least partially, if not almost entirely responsible. But I'm just like, Jesus, I'm about to cry right now thinking about a picture I saw today. It's just like, I want to murder somebody, and I don't know who to murder.
Dude, I'm that way with kids and animals.
All animals?
Yeah.
I have some people
which is weird because
I know people
I have no intention to stop eating meat on any level.
Right.
I have stopped. I will not eat
octopus
because I'm not smart enough to remember if they're both super smart, squid and octopus.
Me, same.
He's been on a whole thing about that because I didn't realize that squid were. I knew octopus were smart. I thought squid were like just
they're dumb
terrors of the deep.
They're close enough in my mind if I was playing match game that I'd get them confused. So I just lump them in together because. So I went.
They change colors when they dream.
I went to Hawaii.
That's crazy.
Brag.
Yeah.
And it was at the time like 2021, maybe early 2022. I don't remember, but you couldn't rent cars on any of the islands. They had a couple of bad things happen there. There was like one fungus got into these engines. So on the island of Kauai, you couldn't rent anything. I'd say all that to just say through friends of a friends, people who lived on the island were like, you can borrow our car. And their family's been on the island for like 100 years. And they let me rent one of their family cars. The day I land, after we exchanged cars, nicest guy, Taylor, shout out Taylor and Kauai Poke Company. Taylor goes, hey, Saturday night, do you want to go nighttime spearfishing? And I wrote back, I have 0% idea how to do that, and I'm 100% in. And so there's a long, drawn-out story of how crazy and everything gets. But he ends up getting an octopus, like spears one. And we get up onto the beach, and he takes it out, and it is one of the most beautiful creatures I've ever seen in my life. And he drops it away from the ocean, and it immediately turns around and starts going back to the ocean. Yeah. And the reason is because it has full fucking awareness that it was in a bag, that it's where the ocean is. Like, it's fully, like, we went on a field trip in high school to the meatpacking plant, and I watched the pigs get lined up all the way through it, okay? And
hell of a field trip, dude.
They're stupid.
Welcome to the Midwest, baby.
Yeah, right.
I mean, in high school, I've been shoulder deep in a cow in
Who
high
wants
school.
to hold the killing gun
in the building in high school.
You just put that right there. Just look at that. There you go.
Welcome to Earth. Here's beer. Never cry and kill this fucking pig.
Right. And I know pigs are really smart too, but they weren't smart enough to like try and stop. They just all kept going one after another. And I know that that's hard to hear. And anybody else follows, I don't want them to have to linger on that. However,
also, pig tastes better than octopus, so it's easier to do the octopus.
Way more versatile meal. If I had the money, if we were all sitting here on our yachts having this podcast, I would either hunt or pay someone else to hunt 1-to-1 all my meat. I would gladly do that. I just can't afford that. And the fact that if you lined up a whole bunch of octopus, the second one and the third and the fourth would go, no, I'm not doing
the
that.
first
Get me the fuck out of here.
The first one would be like, what's that?
So that sort of cognitive ability is enough to me to go, the only thing stopping me like it from objectifying to being killed is its ability to just speak my language. Everything else about it is like, dude, I don't want to do this. Like, I know what's happening.
People say if they just lived longer, it would be insane because they only live like 2 or 3 years.
I didn't know that.
And I've heard people say it's like they're so smart.
Now I'm back to kill them.
It's like I've heard people say if they had a longer lifespan, who the fuck knows what they'd be capable of. But also the three of us went to the aquarium in the Mall of America in Minneapolis once because we were doing that comedy club in there, the House of Comedy in the Mall of America. We were there one weekend and like on Saturday morning, we like ate some weed gummies and went to the aquarium, which was cool.
As gas, boy.
Yeah, you know how gummies be, how edibles be. And so, like, got a little higher than we meant to. And there was one part where there was this guy, a museum employee, standing there, and all three of us just sitting there just, like, staring at this octopus in this seemingly not big enough of a tank, right? And this guy worked there because was like, this is a real interesting fella, right? He's all cheery and stuff. The octopus had a name. I don't remember what it was, but he's like, yeah, this is, you know, fucking Otto over here. He's real interesting, you know, because we've had to put him into like 5 or 6 different enclosures in his time here because he keeps escaping. He just wants to be free so bad, right?
What does that say?
We're sitting there, we're just like, he's saying it all cheerily, like, isn't that neat? Isn't this a neat little guy? But we're all like shaken to our core by, you know, we're sitting there just staring at his eyes, like,
you guys are tuned in. You guys are on a frequency to receive
this. That's real fucked up, man. This is real fucked up. This whole thing is fucked up. You know, just like looking at his sad eyes.
I mean, outside of like rescues or refugees, this is the first bit I ever wrote. I've never made it work. It's never been on an album or anything.
Hell yeah.
Zoos are just flexes.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
So are museums.
At one point, somebody in Cincinnati didn't believe that a zebra was real and thought the picture was fake, so they went and fucking got one and brought it over here so that everybody can come around and look at them. But unless you're saving these animals, it's all... Like, people go, oh my God, you go see the lions? You go see the lions at the Brookfield Zoo outside of Chicago? I go, that's not real. You see people on footage where they go to safari and a lion is 40 yards away, even 100 yards away, and they're like, holy shit. That's real.
Right.
That's when you're seeing that animal.
Your spine should tingle.
But I'm so wired, man. Somebody sent me a post of like an Instagram account of like a guy who like helps animals that are like being boarded or I don't know, some sort of medical thing, and I was like, I can't watch this. They're like, no, it's like positive and happy. I go, yeah, but they see it. I go, yeah, but the animals are so scared.
Yeah.
Like, I think about that stuff. Like, even in a movie where 2 people are fighting and there's a dog in the scene.
Yeah.
That's stressing that dog out. The dog. Nobody told the dog that this is fake.
They can like highly train those movie dogs and shit, right? They know what's up, don't they?
No, I don't think so at all.
Well, I don't know what I mean by know what's up. If you were in a scene
and you were fighting over the custody of your daughter, and it was literally like a domestic deal, and the dog is in the room and barking, that dog and the child has no idea if they're like one.
Well, dude, did you see?
Is fake.
So you don't even want them pretending to be violent around.
No, I'm just saying that stuff. It goes in my mind.
What age were you when you knew you were gay?
Dude, I've thought about it since I was 11.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like a child's perspective in a good way. You know what I mean? Like realizing that.
Well, I remember.
Well, but I mean, in terms of the animals, like,
very gay for
the joke aside. You were young when you started feeling that. I bet. Right?
I remember.
Really,
this is the last like 6-7 years.
That blows my mind.
I don't know. I just get.
I was making a shitty joke, but I really thought.
Like, I think about that tiger at fucking LSU games or that giraffe at the fucking gas station in Louisiana, and I'm like, what are we doing? And people are like, that tiger's treated better than any person I know. I go, yeah, but do you think when it was born that it was like, someday I'm gonna be at a football game on a Saturday in Louisiana?
The ones that are treated like fucking royalty like that,
and nowhere to run,
feels to me. But I don't know.
Uga's fine.
Like Uga especially, dude.
Well, that's a dog.
That's
that
a dog.
Can't live in the wild.
Right.
We did it so bad to them that we can't let them back.
No,
out.
they can't be on.
Somebody told me once.
My wife wants a bird, and I won't let her get one.
That is never.
I was like, I will open the cage.
I don't think. Those parrots, bro. You ain't never heard stories of like parrots because they live fucking 80 years.
We got them here in town. Have you seen them?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, they're loud as hell. Fucking
free and loud.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But parrots,
free and loud.
There's so many stories. Parrots live to be like 80 years old. By the way, quick aside.
Cockatoo?
When my son was like 4, and he's a little fucking lunatic too, by the way. When he's like 4, we got these parrots in Burbank. We're talking, about parrots. Fun fact about parrots. They'll be like 80 years old. My wife took him to Lowe's with her to pick something up or something, and there was like this old crazy Hollywood looking lady with a parrot on her shoulder, and she was like old and haggard and 68, and there's a bird on her shoulder, and my 4-year-old walks up to her and he goes, "That bird's gonna live till you're dead." and you know, she might get that a lot. But anyway, there's a lot of stories.
She's like, I'm already dead.
Because of situations like that, there's a lot of stories of like, and this is sad too. Maybe this is further to y'all's point, but like,
turtles,
their owners die, and these birds are fucking distraught. Because they love their fucking Karen
and
mama.
This is your argument to keep it in
they do,
cage.
Trae?
Yeah, Corey,
We'll get into it
before you
later.
do whatever you're gonna do with him.
Yeah, we can't divert into that.
Your argument is that they feel sadness, so we should cage them. That's not a good argument.
I don't think that parrots and those types of birds, I do not believe that it does not hit for them to live the life that they live. I think that they dig it.
they love their owner.
You think they dig it?
Yes.
But they'd rather fly away.
You watch videos of them, bro. They're always fucking dancing and shit, fucking headbanging, having a big old time.
Any person who has birds and clips their wings that's Satan shit to me.
Yeah, they're a liar.
That's like, oh yeah, we took the most magical thing that this animal can do and stopped that so that I could have him in this
And the
house.
only thing that keeps it here, look, if you show me somebody who didn't clip the wings and the parrot don't leave, I'm with you. If it leaves and comes back regularly, then I'm like,
that's
beautiful.
That's love.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's all.
As long as they're allowed.
That's what most people do, I think, with like, especially with.
Then I'm fine with it. But like when they like literally cage it and clip its wings, I'm with him. It's like you took away
just for yourself.
The whole reason you wanted it. The reason you're obsessed with birds is of what they look like, fucking flying through the air, and you took that to own it because you're small.
Right. I mean, this is everybody at SeaWorld. This is everybody at that LSU game to be like, well, we wanted to be able to look at it. We're the Tigers. We wanted a tiger.
Sometimes they rescue a tiger.
A difference.
Sometimes they rescue a tiger that's hurt, and it's like it can't go back in the wild.
Right.
It'll die.
It's like
and then I'm like, all right,
dogs.
Of course.
It's like you're saying about like
we bred it out of them.
Okay.
If you might be able to convince me we bred it out of birds.
Some of them, that's what I'm saying. They're not all the same. Like you brought up SeaWorld. Like clearly those orcas are not down with that shit. No. They make it very evident, right? Well, they're super smart.
Hundreds of thousands and thousands of miles.
That changes things. They're not all created equal in my mind.
I agree with that.
I agree. And also like they've been waiting on me to say something this whole time, I'm sure, because I've got a whole thing about like I've always said I'm not super gay about most animals. That's the terminology y'all used a minute ago.
Fine.
But I've always said I'm never going to.
I didn't say that.
As long as I'm still eating. You called him gay.
Yeah,
and you said he was
I was
gay.
doing a bit
Anyway,
too.
All right. Anyway. I've always said as long as I'm still eating cheeseburgers and bacon and stuff like that, I'm not going to front like I'm some fucking hero for animals or whatever, and I'm still eating cheeseburgers and shit.
And that's a weird thing I say about myself too.
I don't think it's weird to be like, I will eat a cheeseburger, but I don't think you should kidnap an animal and make it live with you.
Guys, I was walking through an apartment complex.
It just depends.
You will die if you don't eat.
I was walking through an apartment complex a couple weeks ago, and I saw a guy whipping his dog with a leash.
See, that's fucked up.
And I went full red. I mean, I went.
Hell yeah.
I felt embarrassed later on how hard I went, and I would
You're a big
do it
guy.
again.
You cast a big shadow.
I mean, I went full theater voice. I mean, it was like, hey.
Yeah.
But like times.
Oh, that was Conway Twitty.
Yeah, perfect.
That's my favorite quote from the Forrest Gump book.
Hold on. Whoa.
If you
Let's
see
not
a
move
man
on.
beating his dog, whip his ass on the spot.
Oh, I'd kill him.
What?
I have no problem. And you know
How
what?
did it end?
You want to put me away? He kept telling me to mind my own business.
Sure.
And I kept telling him my business was what he was doing to that fucking dog. And he's like, what if this dog bites somebody? And I go, he's going to. If you keep fucking hitting. I mean, I could get so. I was so. And then it ended with me going, do it one more time. Do it one more fucking time. And then he goes, you said your business. And then they walked away. And I walked away. And I was like vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't.
Did people in Rochelle was that not more? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. My dog, we'd have a dog. I lived in town. We'd get a dog, wouldn't chain it up or put it in a fence or nothing like that, and then it would just, run off and get poisoned or run over or something like that all the time.
Yeah, no.
That's what.
I've seen my fair share of that.
But that's what would happen to my dogs. But growing up in Salina, dude, people. I remember I heard people say, pain retain. I mean, people beat the shit out of their. I got the shit whipped out of me as a kid.
Yeah. Well,
and so they beat kids and made us pick our own switches and stuff like that. They fucking beat their dogs. That's how they that's how it was. And
I know, and I just want to kill those people.
I'm asking, was it like that there and then for you?
So I remember now. That's the weird thing, because this is within the last 10 years, I've become this and I don't know, sensitive. I'm sensitive.
When did you move to California?
Living in California?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh, 2008. So
it took about 5 years. That's probably about right. You had to drink the water.
If you made me guess, I would probably say it was like
gay.
2017, 2018. But I remember growing up with kids who like told me like, oh, we got all these cats out at this farm and we shot them.
Oh, bro,
or
that
like,
too. Put them in a bag, throw them off a bridge.
And I never was into that. I never thought it was cool. I never did any of that stuff.
Neither.
But I also
common.
was.
Did you witness it?
Nope.
I saw it.
But I was like unfazed, or somebody like, somebody was like, this should all be a trigger warning, but somebody like hurting a small animal or whatever. And now, if we were at a bar and you're like, you see that guy over there? You're like, yeah, and like, you know what he does? If you just told me he did it,
yeah,
there'd be a confrontation.
He does it.
I don't. No, I don't. But yes, I tried to make a bit about that for a while and it never worked.
You can have 100 podcasts talking about people killing each other. You try to tell even the stuff we've told. I feel horrible about talking.
I have a comedy question that might make some people listening uncomfortable, but I don't care.
I'd hate to make our listeners uncomfortable
because inside our world,
so glad we plugged my special early.
This is a very legitimate question.
We've actually gotten into this shit probably 15 times.
Okay. So I have tried to make a joke about picking out my own switch work here in LA.
I had one about that. Not here.
It won't work.
Nope.
And I've seen other people try to do it and not work, but I've seen black comedians be able to talk about getting hit as kids, even in front of white people, and it just destroy. Now, people that I'm thinking of, it's like Earthquake. These people are unbelievably funny anyway. Yes. But I wonder if they could get away with beating dog jokes. If it was like when I was younger, this happened.
Not with a white crowd.
Yeah, they didn't let Michael Vick get away with it either.
No,
hell no.
No, you can't. Because also, it's got. Let me ask you about this. This is how hardcore white people have gotten about
I'd probably
this type
walk
of thing. I saw a Instagram reel.
What if it wasn't like celebrating? It was just like that's what happened.
Just even the topic. So I walk out. I wouldn't like cause a disturbance.
I saw a guy. I saw an Instagram reel of a dude. He had a dog sitting in front of him. Dog sitting right there. This is fine.
Okay.
He's holding like a piece of food, like a piece of bacon or something, I can't remember, in his hand, and he's like kind of close to the dog, and the dog is like he's gonna go for it, right?
Yeah.
But he won't let the dog get it, but the dog's going for it. And then right here, I guess it's his roommate or his buddy or his wife or something. There's a hand with a dog puppet on it, like it's a human hand with a dog puppet.
Like Triumph,
right? Kind of like that. Right beside the real dog.
Yeah.
So he takes the bacon, holds it in front of the fake dog, the dog puppet, and the dog puppet bites the bacon, and he fucking wails on the dog puppet. The fake dog. It's his buddy's hand, Dan. And then he does that, and the dog is like, and then he puts the bacon back in front of the dog's face, and the dog is like, I'm good.
Trae, do you understand that you just described what a whipping boy was in Victorian times?
But they can see. This is what I was getting to. In the comments, there were a lot of people like, this is some fucked up shit right here.
Yeah, that's trauma for the dog, but that's what the guy wants.
I was like, mental abuse.
Yeah, that's trauma for the dog.
I'm not saying it bothers me. I don't
think they can process it.
And I'm on record as saying I'm crazy sensitive.
Then why didn't he eat the bacon?
I'm saying I don't think that it's like, I don't think that
it stays with him.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you.
But then what's the point of doing it? Because isn't that the point, that it does stay with them?
If they learn,
that's why he's doing it.
Just learn behavior not to do the thing. But it's like he did the dog. I don't know. He didn't hit the dog.
But he scared the dog is what I think his point is.
That trauma stays with the dog, which is the point of it. Now, you could be somebody like me.
That's a little too far for me. I don't think it's trauma, and maybe I don't know psychology enough to know the difference. I think it's just fear. He just made the dog afraid.
You guys have never seen a person who adopted a dog and they go, well, hey, he's just weird around guys with beards.
Because he got the fuck actually beat out of him. That's trauma.
But trauma stays with you.
I agree.
Now, I'm overly sensitive.
I'm just arguing, I don't think that dog was traumatized. I think it was made afraid, which to me is still a little fucked up.
And also, but a whipping boy, though, it was like...
Also, it was a synonym.
It was like
that's why I said I don't know the psychology words.
Exactly. The whipping boy was another real human that continued to get.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's a 1-to-1. I'm just saying it's the same methodology.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
No, because you see the pain in the whipping boy's eyes and you feel guilty.
Right.
That was the point.
This thing has no.
For what you've done wrong.
It's inanimate. It's the whipping boy cries. Like it's
if he's
worse.
A little bitch.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
But he was poor and dirty
and black. And a slave and all
literally
that stuff.
Literally was his job. He got food because
brutal.
He got more gruel.
What a fun episode.
Yeah, it has been.
I try. Anyway, it's called Parked Out by the Lake. You guys should listen to it.
Corey, was the song good?
Okay, here's the thing. As a bit, absolutely, it's great. But I'll say this. It's not so like it is clearly taking the piss out of a style of country music, but it's more like you remember right before it completely turned to shit. Like in the early 2000s, there were still some hitters.
Like
left.
some Kenny Chesney songs were really banging.
You mean Girls Lie Too?
Yeah. So like it wasn't like on some Florida Georgia Line shit. My point is, if it was just playing in the background while I was at a bar, I would not be mad, and I would think that it was just some like early 2000s Tim McGraw shit. And it's funny.
Yeah,
and
you would hear
it
this.
Makes a great
so
point.
is it like Wheeler Walker with no teeth? Like it's that kind, because that's great. Those are great songs.
It's even more simple. It's not
it's
even
so on the nut. Well, dude, the whole thing is he's like, I'm parked out by the lake near Santa Fe, and then the next verse is like 80 miles from Santa Fe. That's where I've parked my truck, and then it just is him describing.
Well, I'm parked out by the lake, 80 miles from Santa Fe, and I'm sitting here just parked out by the lake.
Nah, I don't think it would do it for me.
Dude, it'll go into this,
I think it would
and
do it
then
for
right
me as
into
a comedian.
My Town, and you would go, these are great. This is great music.
What's My Town?
Montgomery Gentry.
Yeah, see, we're off our eras just a little bit.
Why? Because you're what 4 years behind that?
I think I'm a little bit before that, because the era country I like was when I was like 6 to 12 years old.
Okay.
Montgomery Gentry's fine.
Sure.
I mean, hell, I like Montgomery Gentry.
I like Montgomery Gentry.
This don't sound like Garth, is what I guess I'm saying.
No, it's not Garth.
Montgomery Gentry don't ever make my like top 10 90s country bangers, but if they come on, their early stuff, they definitely, before rest in peace, right before Troy died, they started getting into that territory of like, Jesus Christ, guys.
Mm-hmm. They very much did. 6 to 12. That's probably a good wheelhouse.
Yeah, it is about time to wrap this up now that we've gotten all brutal. Again, we do that shit all the time.
That's okay.
What other animals have you seen killed?
Yeah. We skipped right over me going shoulder deep on a cow.
Well, yeah. Well, tell that.
That was so normal for us to hear. That's like seeing.
You guys have done that too?
I did, but like in a college setting.
Same. Yeah. So mine was in high
UT
school.
Martin has like a program.
Yeah, and it's the artificially inseminated cow, and they said, "Does anybody want to do it?" And I thought, when will I get this opportunity again?
Yeah.
To go.
We got a buddy
rotator cuff
right down the road.
It feels odd in there.
They have cows at UT Martin. At the time, this is the only place in the world they had them. I'm sure they have them other places now. For educational purposes,
Wisconsin,
they have a hole in their side.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can stick your hand into the side of it.
Yeah, because they got 4 stomachs.
It was wild.
Yeah, Corey calls them TV cows.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good way to put that.
That's what he calls, yeah.
TV cow's solid. I don't know if that would get such a big laugh out of me.
Yeah, I think most people where I'm from would just be like, "Oh, you mean the purdy ones that get on TV?"
The purdy ones.
Yeah, the blue ribbons,
the Chick-fil-A
winners.
Chick-fil-A cows are TV cows.
All right, dude, I'm genuinely so sorry about the miscommunication about the timing.
Who cares?
I either read it as March 17th, I think.
I don't care. I'd come back anytime y'all have me.
Well, all right. Well, anyway, remind everybody, and then if you want to come back in a month, just come back in a month. That's fine with us.
I would. Don't test me with a good time. April 17th is my special. It's called Rose Gold. It drops on my YouTube channel. Everything's at danielvankirk.com. I'll be in Denver the second week in May. I'll be in Wisconsin and Green Lake at the Thrasher Opera House on May 18th. And then I think July 16th is my 5 nights of my own Chicago Summer Comedy Festival at the Lincoln Lodge. That link probably isn't even up yet because it's a super, super early tease. And you can watch my movie Wine Club. Everything's at danielvankirk.com.
Hell yeah. And go to TraeCrowder.com, check out my dates. Next up, I got Vancouver and Seattle, and then a bunch of other places, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and then all over the place. So TraeCrowder.com.
Let me say thank you to everybody who came out to Denver. It was nice saying hi to folks. Going to the Waffle House. We had a good time. We won't get into it. I think I have Nashville and Bristol coming up next. That's not till June. I'll be in Scott County, Tennessee the next 2 months, wanting to blow my brains out. So if you're around there, come by and see me, and we will not shoot a dog.
Yep.
Thank you.
Mother's Day night, I'll be at JJ's Bohemia in Chattanooga, Tennessee, opening up for my buddy John Michael Bond, who's recording a record. So y'all come out and laugh for him and make the record awesome. Also go to bonuscorey.com and sign up for shit and give me money because you love me. Whatever. Thank you all for listening to the WellRED Show. We'd love to stick around longer, but we got to go. Tune in next week if you got nothing to do. Thank you. God bless you. Good night and Skews.
You got the goods.
Got it, kid.
That's great.
All right.
That's-
What's up, y'all? Trae and Corey here.
Skate the date. We got us a new podcast, don't we, Trae Lane?
Damn straight. It's called Puttin On Airs. We talk about fancy shit.
But in a dumb way. So if you like that, get on your phone calculator, type all the stuff in, and like, subscribe, tell all your friends, leave us a 5-star review. We sure would appreciate you. Skin it, boy.
Great cut.
My God, I feel like I'm totally capturing the mindset of the simpleton, but to what end?
You are a veritable sentient possum, as they have over there. You're doing fantastic.
Thank you, old boy.
Although I am dying inside.
Yes, of course. I do not need this. I hope it goes well.